And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes. It is a Thursday tradition in my team. 2K likes to tease the content that we're getting Friday morning, and they like to do it through a series of, in some cases, cryptic, in other cases, non cryptic tweets. So if you don't follow their Twitter, you can always watch these videos. I like to talk about them because it's fun. So they started out with, like this, if you want to know which Pink Diamond player is dropping tomorrow. Obviously 2K. Obviously, we would like to know who the Pink Diamond is that's dropping so we can plan accordingly. Do you guys need engagement that bad? You really need engagement this bad? Like, that's what you need. I wish it was Paul George. I really do wish it was Paul George. Unfortunately, it's not. I obviously wish it was Tracy McGrady. I wish it was Grant Hill. I wish all of these things. Yeah, or Bull already. Yeah, okay. We don't need that yet. Don't wish that curse into existence. Then they posted this, which was a Flash 2 Anthony Davis. Now, he's not glitched, so he's a normal Flash Anthony Davis, which thankfully we have a pretty solid example of what he's going to look like tomorrow. Looking back at 2K21, they released a Pink Diamond Anthony Davis not too far in the future from right now. So as far as like what that card is going to look like, we have a pretty good idea. You know what I mean? So then they followed it up with get ready to add this to your team tomorrow. I don't really know what that is, but he does look like Chase Budinger. I will say that, like, absolutely. He looks like Chase Budinger. There's a bunch of people who have said that, and I will be so excited if we get a glitched Pink Diamond Chase Budinger. I would do horrible things for that to be a thing that we get. That being said, it's not. What they meant to say was James Harden because it's supposed to just be beard emoji. So if you type in beard emoji, this is the normal emoji that you get right here. Unfortunately, it just, doesn't look like James Harden at all in any way, shape, or form, which is hilarious. It looks like a lion. Yeah, because if you hover over it, it just says bearded person. So yeah, we're getting the beard, quote unquote. So let's take a look at these two cards here. So we got a draft day Anthony Davis last year. November 18th is when we got it. So it's a little far in the future. So the card's going to be a little bit more downgraded than this one is. Even if it came out as is tomorrow, he still wouldn't be as game changing as people think Anthony Davis is about to be. Just looking at the card in general, I think it's going to be pretty similar to this. I mean, we're going to see some badges kind of go down, like Hot Zone Hunter down to gold or silver probably, and then like Intimidator probably down to like gold or something of that nature. But like the rest of the badges are pretty on point. And as far as stats wise, like 72 speed with ball, 75 ball handle, like 79 speed, that's all pretty on point. 79 shot 3-point, I think that's pretty accurate as well. 91 shot close, 80 shot mid, that's all accurate. This is the AD we're going to get tomorrow, essentially. They're going to copy paste this AD directly and just tweak a few of its badges. Like, that's really what they're going to do. They might lower some stuff like interior defense down a little bit. Possibly block. Maybe they'll lower tendencies. Like, instead of a 95 shot contest, it'll have like a 80 something. You know what I mean? Probably dial. No, the fouls will probably be the same too. 52 foul, 50 hard foul. Probably be pretty similar. This card is pretty much what we're going to get tomorrow. It's identical to the Quantum. Like, this is going to be AD 1 out of like 15 that we get this year. Like, we get a lot of ADs. Like, there's no way around it. Like, 2K loves to give us Anthony Davises. Like, look at how many Anthony Davises we had last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 was pretty close. I didn't realize how close that was going to be, but it's pretty close. Now, looking at James Harden here, this is the season of giving James Harden. It came out on December 30th, 2020. It's basically a copy-paste James Harden to the possessed one that came out on October 31st last year. This one is probably pretty accurate to what the James Harden we're going to get tomorrow is going to look like. They'll obviously tweak some stuff. Like, he'll be a little bit slower. His ball handle will probably be a little bit worse, like an 88, not instead of a 90. You know what I mean? Badge-wise, probably pretty similar. Pretty much every shooting badge, pretty much every playmaking badge, 0 defensive badges. And if he does have one, he'll have one like a silver interceptor or off ball pest or pick dodger or something that really doesn't do a whole lot. Um, he won't have corner specialist once again. By the way, he's only going to play shooting guard and small forward. He's not going to play point guard. I saw some people suggesting this on Twitter. Not the case. At this stage, they usually do this with guys like James Harden or Donovan Mitchell, where they have them play shooting guard or small forward for the most part. But James Harden's looking about right. Like, this card is probably what we're going to get. 70 pass intercept on defense. That'll probably be toned down a little bit. 60 on ball steal, 70 contest. Like, if they're even that good, that's kind of a W, I guess, for James Harden. You know what I mean? 79 lateral quickness, 79 perimeter defense, 62 interior defense. Like, that's pretty accurate. The interior defense will probably go down a little bit for his overall. Other than that, though, they'll probably take a bunch of these badges and give them silver badges as opposed to gold, since this card came out about 2 months into the future from what we can expect. Those badges would be like, I don't know, maybe sniper goes down, maybe Deadeye. Catch and shoot maybe goes to silver or something. Range goes down to bronze or silver, something of that nature. Either way, I mean, the card's going to be James Harden. I mean, you either want James Harden or you don't. You know what I mean? It's not really anything earth-shattering. Same with Anthony Davis. I just don't see this card being an earth-shattering card. This draft, Anthony Davis, when he came out, almost a month, well, a little bit more than a month, in the future, in 2K21, this card was not earth-shattering. They're dropping an AD a little bit earlier this year, and it's definitely going to help, especially with paint sitting and paint defense, but they basically got rid of that with that update today. Made it much more rim running friendly, so I don't think AD is going to change the game as much as people like to say. Look, we're not getting this AD. Like, all right, this is not the AD that we are getting tomorrow. This AD formulate, like, completely, in a completely formulaic way, broke the game. Like, it broke the game when this card came out last year, and I don't think this is what we're getting yet. January 15th, wow. Card this fake came out then. This is not the AD we're getting. We're getting the 95 draft AD. Like, it's going to be different. He's probably going to have like 5 or 6 Hoff badges as opposed to 8, maybe even 4 perhaps. I'm not really sure. Couple less gold badges, couple more silvers, probably same amount of bronzes with the same badges being bronze. Well, I mean, obviously different ones because 2K has changed up the badge setting in general, but it remains to be seen. So let's go see if there's any movement on the market. I'm kind of curious to see if anybody's fallen in price or not because of this new news that we have received. All right, so looking at the actual card series real quick, let's see if anybody's going to take a noticeable hit. I don't think so. Like, Dikembe would be the guy I would say is going to take a hit, and it looks like he seems to be down a little bit right now. It just it depends. Like, we have to watch it for the rest of the night. Dikembe is going to be the guy who's going to take the biggest hit out of this. Like, I think so anyway. I mean, we could see guys like Kareem take kind of a big hit, but Kareem's kind of a different player, so I don't really know if he's going to take as big of a hit as people think he will. Jokic is another guy that we could see take a big hit because AD is going to play kind of like a Jokic role, or he's going to be more of a stretch big, but AD is going to be a little bit better defensively, so it just kind of depends. You know what I mean? As far as like 2 guards, like, I don't think we see too much of a fall outside of the normal like Thursday fall from guys like Kobe Bryant or like Vince Carter. Vince Carter looks like he's taking a noticeable hit, but that's just kind of normal Thursdays. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's going to drop. One guy that's going to take a big hit is Dirk, just because Dirk operates in a similar capacity to AD as far as like what he's about to bring to your team and stuff like that. So Dirk we could see go really, really low tonight. And honestly, if you don't plan on picking up AD, Dirk's not really like a terrible replacement. He's not going to bring you anywhere near the amount of defensive help that AD is going to bring you. But at the same time, if you're looking for a stretch big that can kind of stretch the floor out and eliminate paint sitting, like, Dirk might be a good call. Now, guys like Josh Smith might fall a little bit too, but they're more on the budget spectrum, so I don't know like how much they're actually going to fall, So we're going to have to keep looking. A lot of people abandon half their collection before big pack reveals because they like think that they have some hope of like pulling the card, or they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to sell my Josh Smith for like $29K and then I'll go pick up AD tomorrow with this $30K. Like, that's going to happen or something. Like, I don't know. But this is the best time to go shopping. Certainly the best time to go shopping right now. Guys like Donovan Mitchell will fall in price because Harden's going to operate in a similar capacity to him. Like I said, Harden's going to play shooting guard and small forward. He's not going to play point guard, at least yet, I would hope. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. Other guys that might fall a little bit would be like Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade might fall a bit. I don't think he's going to fall that much, but we could see him fall a bit. Blake Griffin. Who's another guy that's going to fall? Yes, Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh will fall in price quite a bit tonight. He's more than likely going to drop to 100K-ish. Is he going to be a buyout? That's a good question. I don't know. He is going to be right around 100 to 110K. Whether you can buy him at that is kind of a good question. I really don't know. We could see guys like Andre Iguodala drop a little bit. I like how on PlayStation, Andre Iguodala is like 83,000 MT, but on Xbox, he's like 114 for some reason. I just don't understand it. Monte's buyable. Tim Duncan might drop a little bit too. Now, when it comes to guys like Tim Duncan, Monte Ellis, even to a certain extent, DeMar DeRozan too, guys like that, you're not going to make any MT if you go and pick them up. Like, that's kind of what I wanted to mention. First and foremost, is my man Big Shaq Diesel going to drop? No, Big Shaq Diesel's not dropping anytime soon. Like, that's just not going to happen. Especially because you can lock in for Danny Granger, who's still like the best small forward in this game, realistically. I don't think Derrick Rose is going to drop very much. Now, talking about the rest of the set, I still think we're going to see like an Andrea Bargnani situation going on, either in the Ruby or the Amethyst. I still think Bargnani's going to come through, or someone like that, maybe Rafe LaFrance or something. Another stretch big. 2K usually likes to do that. Other cards we could see, I don't think we're going to see any other crazy big names, or else we would have seen 2K teasing them and tweeting about them. But we are still going to see a similar pack to this. We're going to probably see 4 regular flash guys, 4 glitched guys. Now, who those guys are going to be, I still think one of them is going to be a point guard that dunks. Probably the Amethyst. If James Harden is not an Amethyst card, which I wouldn't be shocked at all if he was. Because last year they did hype, or not last year, but last flash pack they hyped Kawhi, and Kawhi ended up being an Amethyst. So, like, you don't really know when it comes to 2K. Peja Stojakovic, they didn't hype him at all, so we could see like a relatively okay Amethyst glitch guy here, like another Darius Miles. Also, straight up shout out to Darius Miles for defrauding the NBA welfare program. Him, Tony Allen, Sebastian Telfair, dude. Sick. Basically, they collected like $4 million worth of like fake medical bills or something. It's like super tight. I love Darius Miles. He's so sick. He's so sick. You'll probably see an overpowered Sapphire or something tomorrow too. It just kind of remains to be seen. So, as always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, double peace.